On episode 9, we have a gaming weapons quick list. Connor takes us back to March of 10 years ago. We discuss games we thought we'd like or hate, and we play some gaming word association. My name is Brian, and you're listening to Dragon Power. I have some friends back in California who are big Monster Hunter players. Actually, for the longest time, they called their Wii U's their Monster Hunter boxes. Makes sense. And I was like, I don't know, I'll try it eventually. And they were like, dude, if you can find a copy of Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, we can play online, we can help you out, we can do this, we can do that. It'll be a better experience instead of just going in it by yourself. I was like, all right, cool. So I'm looking on Craigslist. I see some dude within my town. This is back when I was living in Sacramento. And he's like, copy of Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, just don't need it, looking for trade. And I was like, okay, so I don't have any money, so I'll contact him. So I contact the guy and I'm like, so what are you looking for? Like, what do you want to trade for? And he goes, what do you got? I was like, so yeah, my first reaction is like, oh, okay, well, I got these games and that games. He's like, no games. What else you got? I'm like, I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know. I've got some like Blu-ray movies. I've got DVDs. He's like, nah, I don't need any of those. What else you got? I'm like, this is getting weird. So as a joke, we had just made some chocolate muffins, and they were sitting on the counter, and I was just pacing through my house while I was texting this guy, and I just saw him, and as a joke, I was like, I've got some chocolate muffins. He was like, you have anything to drink also? I was like, wait, what? I was like, I think I've got like a bottle of water in the fridge. And he didn't respond for like 10 minutes. And I was like, okay, yeah, he's gone. And then he just sends back, throw in a lighter and you've got a deal. I was like, what? What is happening? I was like, this can't be real. So I pack it all up in like a, I don't know, grocery bag, and he gives me his address, and I drive out into like this foresty area. It's like the backwoods area of that town, and I pull up to this janky, horrible, like, I
was about to be like,
yeah, it was bad. It looked like the Bates Motel if there was only 4 rooms and it was in the middle of the forest. So I pull up and I'm like, am I gonna get stabbed?
Yeah.
So I text the guy, I'm here, and he goes, okay, give me a second. And the door opens to his apartment, and this dude comes walking out wearing one of the nicest pressed suits I have ever seen in my life. This was like a 3-piece suit. He had a pocket watch and everything, but he had no shoes or socks. And he's just holding Monster Hunter 3, and he comes walking out on this like dirt gravel driveway. And I just like rolled down my window, and I like held the bag up. Without saying a word, I just like held the bag up, and he just tosses the game into my window onto the seat and just grabs the bag and then just turns and walks away.
Not a word said.
Not a word was spoken. And I open it up, and the game's in immaculate condition. The disc was perfect.
Why did he have Monster Hunter?
I don't know. I have no idea. All I know is that I mean that was probably one of the weirdest and funniest Craigslist transactions I've ever done. Oh. I got, at that time it was like brand new. So I got like a $60 video game for the cost of like a clearance sale chocolate muffin box, like a mix, chocolate muffin mix, and a bottle of water and a lighter we had that we used to light candles and incense. And I just like drove home like, all right, okay. So I told all my friends. They were like, that's not real.
I was like, I have the game.
Yeah. So anyway, Monster Hunter 3 ended up being amazing. So.
It's awesome. Still haven't played Monster Hunter.
Yeah. So yeah, that was strange. Have you ever bought anything weird on Craigslist?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I bought normal stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, people on Craigslist are not.
They're
not shady.
I've tried to buy many a thing on Craigslist, and people either just don't reply, or they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm not selling anymore." Be like, "Oh."
Yeah.
The one thing I bought is I bought a pop filter for the show. Like the day of, like Brian was like, "Hey, did you buy a pop filter?" I was like, "Nah, I'll just go buy Guitar Center."
I remember that.
Yeah, and so I was like, "Dude, I'll give you $15 right now." He was like, "Okay." It's like, all right.
That's funny. Hey everyone.
Hello.
How goes it?
I'm Connor.
Why aren't you talking back to me? I just asked you how you were.
I'm Connor.
Oh, sorry. I'm just getting really mad at our fans for not responding to me.
I'm Connor.
Yes, you are.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
And I'm Brian.
I'm just kidding. Hi, fans.
And this is Dragon Power Podcast episode 9.
That's 3 times 3.
What?
Or I can't think of another math. Anyway.
I like it. So today we've got some good stuff going on.
Yeah.
We are basically just going to talk politics and tractor parts and basically all the stuff you come here to listen to every single week.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
I can't think of a joke for that, so I'm just going to let it fly.
Yeah, anyway, so it's going to be really good. We've got some good stuff. So let's start off with what we usually do. Connor, what did you do this week, bruh?
What did I do with this week? Well, first up, we'll save that for then.
Okay.
So Pokemon Red came out, the 3DS remake.
Oh, cool.
So I've been playing with that a little bit.
Nice.
For you as you know, that's one of my favorite games ever.
Sure.
It's really dated, but I still
Yes.
love it. It's weird because it's dated and it still holds up because it's Pokemon. It's been the same formula for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still it's awesome. They also added a wireless feature, so you don't have to have a connecting cable for the 3DS.
Well, yeah. I remember
course.
that, dude. I remember kids with their Game Boys just attached by a cable.
I didn't know anybody who had one. So it was just me playing Pokemon, and I
knew a ton of people who had them.
I had actually considered buying a second Game Boy Color because I have red and blue,
Just so that you
I
could
could
people?
trade with myself, and I was I just want to catch them all. But I'm actually gonna try and catch them all this time because I have
Nice.
friends who have them.
Cool.
Then I'm Street Fighter 5, of course.
Yep.
I'm going with Zangief now.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You like
Cyclone?
So you like Zangief more than Nash now?
Yeah.
Cool.
Zangief just fits me better because he's all mind games, and I love it.
You know what's funny? I actually no, I'll save it. Go ahead.
Okay.
Anyway.
I actually popped in Hyrule Warriors for a little bit this week.
Wow.
I hadn't played that for a while. It's a fun game.
I've heard you say several times you've only mentioned that game when you're talking about all the games you own. I've never heard you be like, I was playing Hyrule Warriors and this happened, blah, blah, blah. You're always just like, oh, the only games I own is blah, blah, and Hyrule Warriors. I'm like, yeah.
Well, it's
okay.
because if I'm playing my Wii U, I'm either playing Smash or Mario Kart.
And that makes sense.
But Hyrule Warriors is fun.
Sure.
I almost always forget I have it. It's just, I don't know, it scratches my Zelda itch for
Sure.
right now. Played a little bit of FF7, actually.
Oh, cool.
Just a little bit trying to
Did you get out of
through.
Midgar?
I finally got out of Midgar.
Nice.
I think I'm on the boat.
Cool.
I just have Junon.
Junon.
Yeah, I'm about to fight Genova
Sweet.
again. Smash, of course. I played some Rainbow Six Siege, actually.
Okay.
A couple matches of that.
You've been doing lots of gaming this
I've been
week.
playing a lot of gaming.
That's awesome.
So, I don't know. It hasn't all been one streak. One day I'll be like, oh, play Hyrule Warriors. It's been every day has been a different game. So
That's awesome.
and then, I'll let you finish your week, then we'll talk about that together.
Okay, sure. Yeah. I actually played a couple of games this week. I fired up Diablo 3 Ultimate Evil Edition on the PlayStation 4 because I've got it on PC and I've actually got all my really high level characters on PC, and so I figured I'd turn it on the PS4 and check out what I got, and I totally forgot the characters. So I've got a Demon Hunter that I really, really, really like playing as, and then a Crusader that I actually prefer playing as the Crusader on PC more than on PS4. But controller with the Demon Hunter is amazing. And then I threw in Killzone Shadowfall on the PS4. It was a launch title. It was actually the very first game I ever played on the PS4. It's fun, man. It's like $7 now. And it's not considered a great, amazing game by any means, but the game's fun. If you've got it and you want to just have a decent, really pretty looking shooter, I recommend that. Also, this very lovely lady by the name of Tabby.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, she, my girlfriend, she bought me Street Fighter 5. And it was great because I didn't think I was going to get it for a long time. So she picked it up for me, and it was very awesome.
So
I was very appreciative. Thank you.
Me and Brian going to be playing that.
Yes. And
we've already exchanged harsh words.
The harsh words were had. There's no more time for talking, only action.
It's more like, I'm going to win. No, I'm going to win. No, I'm going to win.
And
no,
in
I'm
fact,
gonna win.
as soon as this is over, I'm pretty sure we're probably going to fight at least once or twice.
Yeah, you're going to beat me, but it's okay.
We'll see what happens. I don't know. I don't know how your Zangief plays, but... And then...
I've never fought a real person, so...
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've done a couple of online matches, and I've won all of them so far. They were casual matches, though, because I didn't want to, just stupidly leap into ranked, since I'm still unfamiliar with the...
perfect
the
KO.
Yeah. Oh, yay! I pressed a button once and it worked. But yeah, that's pretty much my week. Oh, I got to go see my buddy Keith's band play at the venue's not very good downtown. It's called Acme, and it's basically like half restaurant, half concert venue. So usually it's just an awkward it's an awkward situation with a band playing and people just like eating around dinner tables, not paying attention to the music. So it's weird. But the band did really well, and I really like them. They're called Kappa, if you ever want to check them out.
Like the Japanese demon?
No.
Oh. Like the Reddit thing?
Nope.
Oh.
Just Kappa.
Oh, okay.
And they're really
Never
good.
mind.
They're like an electronic pop group, and they sound totally awesome. And then Connor and me and a bunch of our friends did something totally dope on Monday. What did we do, Connor?
We went to go see
Monday Night Raw.
I was also trying to think of a joke. Man, I'm not quick today. I can't do it. But we went to go see Raw.
It was awesome.
It was playing in Nashville.
So the best part about going to see Monday Night Raw on this particular day was that we actually got to see The Undertaker's entrance live, and it was super, super awesome.
It's hype.
Yeah, it was totally hype. I mean, like, when people we liked would come out, both Connor and I would be like, yay, and we'd like clap and woo and stuff. But when when that first gong hit, dude, we both shot out of our seat.
Shut up.
Yeah! So awesome. And it was everything I had imagined it would be. It was just so wonderfully epic and dark and scary, and felt it in my gut. So
Undertaker is my favorite wrestler, for those of you who are curious and actually care.
Yeah.
Or for those of you who don't care and listen to this podcast. I just told you anyway.
Yep. Sorry. Anyway, so yeah, that was our weeks. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty eventful, actually, for
we did a lot.
Our week segments. So we're going to go straight into the quick list. Quick list for this week is our favorite weapons in video games.
Bang, bang, shoot, sword,
slashy, pow, pow. So, Connor, why don't you go ahead and go first, man?
Okay, so at the bottom, I had chainsaw. Just any game's chainsaw.
Nice.
Just feels good.
Yeah. So number 5 is chainsaw?
Yeah, number 5 is just chainsaw.
Dope.
Was there a chainsaw in Turok?
No,
I'm thinking of Doom.
Yes, there was a chainsaw in Doom, and it's amazing.
Like Doom. Oh, I think that's like I saw chainsaw. I was like Doom. Like that's it.
Did you see the chainsaw being used in the new Doom trailer?
No.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be amazing. Oh dude, I can't wait. I'll have to show it to you after this. It's insane. It's the best looking version of the Doom chainsaw they've done so far.
Yeah.
So.
Is it like a demon chainsaw?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, no, kind of. It's a demon killing chainsaw, but
is it
anyway.
a plasma chainsaw?
No, you'll see.
Okay. All
What's your number 4?
Number 4, the MP5 from Call of Duty 4.
Okay.
Because that gun is so good on multiplayer. Like it just made the list. Like that gun feels good. Like the iron sights are good. Like it's one of the only guns in the game you could slap a silencer on and then not just suck because the iron sights are decent.
That's awesome.
Just good. Like I played a lot of COD 4 back in the day when I was like.
I think everybody did because it was just so groundbreaking at the time.
When I was like 14.
Huge. Yeah.
I have a game type I need to tell you about after this because we should play sometime.
What's your number 3?
All right, number 3. Ness's bat.
Okay.
For the
makes sense.
For the pure just mental image of him just beating these dinosaurs, like this little 13-year-old boy running at him and being like, pop, and like hitting a dinosaur in the leg, and then it doing like massive damage, and then he just die. I was like, yeah, I like that.
Awesome. Okay, number 2.
Bigoron sword, Zelda.
Oh.
I wanted to do Master Sword, but it's just too vanilla. So I was
it's a sweet looking sword.
Yeah.
Master Sword's gorgeous.
Oh yeah, Master Sword's amazing. It's so super iconic.
But the Bigoron sword is awesome as well.
Bigoron sword just like yeah.
Yeah.
Because you spend all this time getting it, it just looks good. And then number 1, minigun.
Just any minigun?
Any minigun.
That is awesome.
I'm thinking like specifically like Turok or Doom or something, or like Wolfenstein or chain gun. Minigun / chain gun.
Yeah.
Because they're like the same game, but it's like, yeah.
I like any gun that, like my favorite thing about a minigun is the way it sounds when it starts up. It goes,
yeah.
And then it's just cutting down trees and stuff.
I just like to think of a minigun as just like a more projectile-based chainsaw.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. And then
that is amazing.
I have an honorable mention real quick. Just magnums for any game. I kind of I didn't do specific weapons. I just did I like these weapon types.
That's super, super funny.
Yeah, like magnums, because you did specific weapons, didn't you?
Huh?
You did super specific weapons,
No.
didn't you?
No, not necessarily. No.
Because magnums, like Far Cry or Resident Evil or Call of Duty, I just like them.
Magnums are amazing.
They're fun.
All
One
right.
shot, one kill, baby.
Number 5.
I have this. Sorry.
Number 5, I've got the double-sided lightsaber.
Okay.
Because I just think that is the coolest concept ever. It's like, why have one lightsaber when you can have 2 attached to one stick? Love it. Number 4, the Fire Flower from Super Mario games.
Oh, okay, that's good. I like that.
I don't know. Just in every iteration of any Mario game, shooting fireballs with Mario feels awesome.
Yeah.
Like having the control, even though they bounce and they don't like fly straight forward like a bullet or a rocket or something.
Yeah.
And they do the bounce. I have full control over Mario's fireballs and I love it.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
So number 3, I put Ebony and Ivory, the 2 guns from Devil May Cry.
Good choice.
Because in the first one, you can fire them as fast as you can press the button.
Yeah.
And I have this combo that I can do where I launch them up into the air and I shoot them so fast they fly off the screen. I'll have to show it to you. It's wacky.
When I was playing DMC, I was like, wait. It's like, pop, 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 pop. It's like, yeah.
All right, let's see here. Number 2, I put the Lancer from the Gears of War games.
Ooh, that's a good choice.
Yeah. The first time I ever saw a bad guy in half in the Gears of War games with that gun was just a mind-blowing experience for me because the camera angle's all shaky and the blood was splattering on the screen. It was so cool. And then it's also a really accurate assault rifle as well, so it's just like, I win.
I have everything.
My honorable mention is magnums of any kind.
Yes.
That's why I was
good.
laughing, because you were just like, magnums, because I love magnums. Oh my goodness. One of my favorite instances of a magnum is in the game Left 4 Dead 2. You can get a magnum, it's got unlimited ammo, and it just shreds zombies. Like, I love pistols in that game more than like automatic weapons, but the magnum just like, it's awesome. Anyway, and the number 1, I put the Vampire Killer, which is the whip of the Belmont family.
Okay.
From Castlevania.
Fair enough.
Specifically from Super Castlevania 4, because that was the first game where you could whip in all 8 directions, or the omnidirectional whipping.
Whenever you say that, I just think of Bill go, it's just like the whip going
You can make it wiggle around, like, boogity, boogity, boogity. I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna get you. Sorry. Awesome. So that was our quick list for the week. Some sweet weapons. If you guys want to tell us about your quick lists of your favorite gaming weapons, go ahead and shoot us an email at dragonpowerpodcast@gmail.com.
What was that, Brian? Oh, wait.
Wait a minute, we're not there yet.
No. It's like, well, hold on, my mind.
wait.
I'm not ready.
All right, so we are going to go straight into our mini boss segment.
Many and the... I can't. No, I'm going to stop.
Dude, the first time you did that, I was just like, what is happening?
Just everything's many
and the boss.
Bye.
It was just so funny. Okay, the mini boss segment this week. Connor, what month is it?
It's March.
What?
Wow.
It's a new month? That means we need to go back in time on a journey with Connor to the land of 10 years ago.
When I was still... Wait, I would be turning 11 this month.
Yeah. Getting them big boy pants. Okay.
Double ones. All right, so...
this month, a decade ago, with Connor.
With me.
Let's do it.
All right, so March 1st, started right off the bat. World of Warcraft reached 6 million subs.
Ooh.
So this is kind of the peak of the World of Warcraft kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. I remember the boom of World of Warcraft where it was exploding and everybody was, like, losing girlfriends and jobs.
Yeah. Taking over their lives.
Yeah.
I was poor and played RuneScape.
That's the stuff.
So, March 2nd, the DS Lite sells out and launch. Like, they sell out completely. Like, they're just out of DS Lites.
That's awesome.
I was like, yeah.
The DS Lite was awesome.
Oh, DS Lite was amazing. March 13th, Shigeru Miyamoto, Michael Ansel, and Frederick Reynal all get the equivalent of being knighted in France.
Nice.
So Shigeru Miyamoto is technically like Sir Shigeru Miyamoto.
I will totally address him like that if I ever meet him.
For those of you who don't know who Michael Ansel did Rayman and Beyond Good and Evil. He was kind of like the lead designer for a while.
I love that guy because Rayman is one of my favorite game franchises.
Yeah, he was lead designer for Ubisoft for a while, and then Frederick Reynal did the original Alone in the Dark, which was the
PC version, like the old
like the old one that was the original survival horror game.
Yeah.
And then March 13th, the release of the PS3 got pushed back till November 2006.
I remember that.
I don't. Anyway. I don't know why I have this on here, but March 21st, EA announces Battlefield 2042.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I totally remember that.
Yeah, that was one with like the lasers.
I had a bunch
stuff.
of friends who were obsessed with Battlefield 1942. So I just remember them being like 2042.
I wish they'd bring that back, like 2143.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. And then that's pretty all for events. There's not much else coming out, but we do have a lot of game releases. So, March 2nd, Lord of the Rings, Battle for Middle-earth for Windows. That was like the MMO, wasn't it?
Okay. I'm not sure. There have been so many Lord of the Rings games with like very similar names.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to keep track of what is what.
Battle of Lord of Shadows of the Fellowship of the King.
Eye of Sauron edition.
Of the Two Towers. Anyway, next up we got Pokemon Troze for Nintendo DS on March 6th, and Tales of Fantasia for Game Boy Advance.
Nice. Okay.
I remember a lot of people playing Pokemon Troze. I totally forget. Like, I have the screen image in my mind. I forget how to play the game. So, anyway. And then Tales of Fantasia. I never played that. Anyway. March 7th, Dragon Ball Z Shin Budokai came out.
Oh.
I totally forget about this game, too. I should have looked
Was
it up.
it not a good version of the Budokai series? Or?
It came out after 3, and
Okay.
after 3 they did the Tenkaichi. No, this is before the Tenkaichi series, I believe.
Okay.
But I think it was like the switch from going from like the fighting game, like 3D fighter, like Tekken style,
Yeah.
to like a free form, like you have a huge map, you can fly around wherever. Which, Which
yeah.
I never was a big fan of as much. It's a cool concept, but like they try to fix it in like the newer ones where you have like a blast range where like you can shoot energy blasts at each other, and then you have like a close combat range. It's still just not as fun.
Which is funny because like the Naruto games are like that. They're more along those lines
Yeah.
where it's like kind of third person,
Yeah.
but it's like a fighting game.
That would be perfect, because the Naruto game, if they did a Dragon Ball Z game with like the Naruto controls, I still like the Budokai controls better, and I wish they would do that. But anyway,
Sure.
that's enough about Dragon Ball Z. And then March 8th, Onimusha Dawn of Dreams came out.
Nice. I love all the Onimusha games.
Yep. That's enough about that, I guess.
Yeah. Go play them if you haven't. Seriously, if you've got a PlayStation 2 and you've never played any of the Onimusha games, go to a pawn shop or check Craigslist for the first Onimusha game. It's really good. It's really fun. It's simple in execution. I mean, it's not like gonna blow your mind with all like its technical prowess, but it is just a solid game from start to finish. It's pretty creepy, and it controls really well. So
I guess now that I have a PS2, I can totally buy that.
yeah, or you could just borrow mine.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, give me back my PlayStation 2 controller.
I need to do that. I was thinking about the way I was like, ugh.
Did you ever go get your controller swapped out?
No, I've been busy and sick.
Wow.
I think I have 2 days to do it.
You should do it today.
Yeah. And then Tom Clancy, Ghost Recon Advanced Warfare came on Xbox and Xbox 360.
Nice.
I remember this being a unique kind of intro
Mm-hmm.
to the. I don't know. I like Tom Clancy games. I like almost all Tom Clancy games.
The only Ghost Recon game that I've ever enjoyed was called Ghost Recon Shadow Wars on the 3DS.
I remember that being pretty good, actually.
Well, it's literally just Fire Emblem with guns.
Oh. Did you ever play Future Soldier?
No.
That's a good one.
Is it?
It's better with friends, and no one plays it anymore.
Sure.
But it's like you have like a squad of 4, and you can go through the campaign. It's just super fun.
That's awesome.
The better is like survival mode. But anyway, March 14th, Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence comes out.
Yay, moving on.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite games of all time for PS2. And then March 17th, 24 the game comes out in PS2.
Oh, gosh. That must have been a huge release.
I love 24.
Well, no, I'm sure the show is amazing, but
show's
who wants
amazing.
to play 24 the game?
I don't know.
Nobody. It's like, oh, dude, I picked up the West Wing game. It's totally dope.
I picked up the House of Cards game. I don't know. Been getting
Plays
good
Kevin Spacey. He's all like, meh. It's awesome.
Press X to politics. Like, all right. And then March 20th, Metroid Prime Hunters comes out on the Nintendo DS.
Oh, sweet.
I don't know if you ever played this.
We talked about it on a previous episode. I remember you saying it wasn't bad as far as controls go, but it also wasn't like super good.
It wasn't bad as regards to a first-person shooter with only a D-pad and a touchscreen. But, Nintendo was innovative, and I think what you can do is the touchscreen acts as a second joystick. And
Yeah.
I've never played it, but
I played the demo
cool.
for it, so I didn't play too much of it when I had a DS Lite back in the day. It was okay.
Yeah, it looked. I don't know. It's cool.
Yeah,
it had some cool. I remember it was cool because you could play the same as other hunters. I thought that was really cool. March 21st, Oblivion comes out on PS3, 360, and PC.
Oh man,
dude.
Oh man.
I remember when this game came out.
This game was a huge deal to me. Huge deal. I remember going into Game Crazy in Hollywood Video.
Ooh.
Visit yours today. Wait.
Ooh. Oh. I used to have a Hollywood Video. I think it's like a Verizon store or something now.
I used to. Dude, Hollywood Video is way better than Blockbuster. But
I don't know. I'll have to argue on that.
Simply because of Game Crazy.
Okay. I'll give you that
But Game Crazy, they had a little kiosk with the full version of Oblivion on it.
Oh.
And I remember picking it up and being like, what is happening? I love this. And looking up at the sky and being like, it looks so pretty. Oh. So, yeah, I picked it up shortly after, and I played it a bunch. That game has one of the best leveling up systems of any of the Elder Scrolls games.
Yeah, I need to pick it up. Is it dated, or can I like...
You can still play it. I'll fire it up on my PC, and it's still a blast.
I know on PC, but I'll be getting it on Xbox 360.
It's okay on the 360. You're not going to have a bad time on the Xbox 360. It's still great.
I'm pretty lenient on games anyway. So I just realized that Skyrim came out 6 years after.
Yeah.
And now, dude, that's crazy. So we're probably due for another Elder Scrolls in 2018.
I hope so.
That's only 2 years away.
That would
That's
be great.
Dude, Skyrim came out 4 years ago.
I know.
What is that?
Right? And it's still one of the best looking games ever.
So good.
They just put out Fallout 4, so they have no choice but to work on an Elder Scrolls game.
Yeah.
If they put out like the Elder Scrolls Online 2,
Elder Scrolls cross Fallout. You're like, what? Gross.
Elder Scrolls cross Tekken. All right.
And then March 28th, which is my birthday, Kingdom Hearts 2 comes out.
Yeah. Kingdom Hearts 2 is brilliant.
Oh yeah,
It is a blast.
I need to buy it.
You should.
Because I remember that. The only thing that strikes out at me is that the intro is like 6 hours long or something. Like you play as Roxas for an unreasonable amount of time.
It's not 6 hours long. You can blast through that entire intro sequence within like 2 hours.
Yeah, but if you don't know what you're doing, it'd be like, what?
Even if you don't know what you're doing, it's probably like 2.5, 3 hours.
Dude, Kingdom Hearts is the weirdest sequel convention.
Kingdom Hearts, in and of itself, just the series altogether, is just a very strange, weird enigma of a game.
It shouldn't work.
Because it's so silly and fun and fancy-free, but it's also super deep and really confusing all at the same time. So it's like, all right.
It's just, I don't get it.
It's all good.
Dude, we'll get Star Wars, we'll get Star Wars World and like Marvel
That's
World.
what people are hoping for in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Dude, if I just get Luke Skywalker as like a buddy.
Could you imagine a lightsaber Keyblade?
That'd
be pretty sweet.
Oh, yeah.
So is that everything?
Yep, that's everything.
Awesome.
March 28th,
So, that was this month, a decade ago. Thanks, Connor.
Hey, you're welcome, man.
So you're about to hear Connor talk a whole lot more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because we are actually changing up the format here just a little bit from now on. Normally we go right into the final boss segment, but we feel just to kind of make the structure a little more even flowing.
Even flow. Oh, it's copyright.
Pearl Jam. Love
That's
'em.
like the only Pearl Jam song I like.
I like Jeremy also.
I don't know if I know that song.
It's got the owl section in it.
Anyway.
So we're going to go straight into the news. So let's make it happen.
All right, so news. So first off, we get a substantial rumor about Zelda and NX launching this year alongside each other.
That would be awesome.
I totally forgot to put the source, but I was reading. I was like, yeah. It's like, yeah.
That's cool. That would be great. That would be a phenomenal launch title.
Yes,
for sure.
That'd be the best launch title, and they haven't actually confirmed it for Wii U. So.
Oh yeah, because it's technically right now it's called Zelda Wii U.
Yeah.
But
that's the colloquialized title.
I mean, it's there have been many games where it's been slated to come out on one console and then ends up coming out on the successor to that console.
I think they might pull a Twilight Princess and make it come out on both.
Okay.
Which would be fine. I'm
That
just gonna
would
buy
also be fine,
I'm buying NX and.
But like, look at The Last Guardian. That was a
Yeah.
PlayStation 3 game, and now it's a PlayStation 4 game.
Yep, it's probably gonna be a PS5 game.
We'll see.
So the HTC Vive is confirmed at $800. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. I just hope I have a rich friend who picks one up so I can check it out, because I will never, ever, ever buy a VR system for $800.
I'm never gonna buy a PC for my PC.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
pretty much what it is. But yeah, anyway, that's just ridiculous. We're picking up PlayStation VR probably whenever that comes out, if it's a reasonable price. Dude, that's the future right there. I just realized, like, all like the 80s and like 70s cartoons are like, yeah, put in this headset, like it's virtual reality. It's like that's happening this year.
I'm stoked on it.
That's crazy. So this was an interesting one. Sega has made a survey on how to help them make their games better. Like, it's an official Sega survey. I took it real quick. Take it like 10 minutes.
All right.
It's all just about like what games you like what consoles you owned. What out of these like iconic Sega titles, like which ones do you recognize? They had like Alex Kidd on it.
Okay.
I didn't put it because I was like, oh yeah, I forgot Alex Kidd was a thing.
Yeah.
But they had like Sonic, Crazy Taxi, Super Monkey Ball, Streets of Rage, like a whole bunch of other stuff. And what are your favorite like Sega titles? I was like, oh yeah, like Sonic Adventure Series, the original Genesis Sonic, F-Zero GX, because that's technically a Sega game.
Sure.
And any way I can further push F-Zero to get a new release, I will do. I forgot. I think about Crazy Taxi too. And then they had a whole section about mobile games, and I was like, oh, it's like, oh, I see you have an iPhone. I'd be like, yeah.
Do you want to play Sonic on your iPhone?
It was like, did you know that these games exist on iPhone? I'd be like, yeah, but it's like, do you have them? It was like, I know about them, don't play it. Know about them, don't play it. Know about them, don't play it. And it's like, would you like, how often a week do you play mobile games? Like, less than an hour a week. And like, and it's like,
they're like, oh.
They're like, why? I'm like, I'm a console gamer. They're like, what?
You know what I would love? I know this is really off topic.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would fight a cobra for a Game Gear 2.
Ooh.
Did you ever play the Game Gear?
Yeah, I did
Oh
actually.
my
My uncle had one.
That thing was just basically just a battery drainer. You get 6 AA batteries and play for like an hour and a half.
It's like, yeah, I get through a level in Sonic.
Yeah. Ooh. Exactly. But man, I loved that console, even though technically it wasn't super good.
No.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2, I loved that game. But yeah, that would be amazing.
That's the only Game Gear game I ever played.
Wouldn't that be funny if instead of like a Dreamcast 2 or like a brand new like home console, they just made the Game Gear 2?
That'd be fine.
I'd be cool with it.
If they made like quality games for it.
Sure.
I mean, it beat out the Vita.
I love the Vita. The Vita is probably hands down my favorite handheld of all time. Very close second is the 3DS.
There's just nothing I want to play on the Vita. Other than Persona 4 Golden. But I already have Persona 4 on the PS2.
But like Dragon's Crown is unbelievable. Tukiden, which is one of... I know I'm probably saying that incorrectly, is one of the best Monster Hunter clones there is. I'm sorry, we're getting way off topic.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my phone. Reel it back in. Go ahead.
I'm looking at my phone and be like, oh, when is it going to stop? So, I'm just kidding. So McDonald's is making a VR headset. They're not like actually making it, but like you can make one out of a Happy Meal box and like download an app. I just thought, I was like, okay.
Who wants to do that?
Kids who are like 8.
Everyone in this room who wants to do that, say aye.
Oh, there's only 2 of us in this room.
No, Ryu said aye.
Ryu's not in this room. I'm breaking kayfabe, bruh.
Don't break kayfabe.
Anyway, so next up we get Street Fighter V was going to have a photorealistic feel to it.
Street Fighter V was?
Yeah.
Oh.
Initially, like I saw some like art and Ryu had like actual human proportions.
Wow.
And looked like actual persons. They were just being a buff.
A monster? Basically a monster with a headband?
He's ridiculously buff and just like dude, Ryu's scary.
Just the most terrifying creature in that whole game, though, is Zangief, for sure. He's just like, I am the Red Cyclone.
He's like 7 feet tall, 400 pounds. It's like, Cyclone! It's like, yeah, that's my main. But like, I thought that'd be interesting, because imagine like Zangief looking like a normal human.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, have you played Street Fighter the movie, the game?
I know. Like, that's kind of what they would look like.
That version of Zangief is just hilarious.
I'm sure they'd have like still like an anime feel to him. Of course they would have to.
I want to stream Street Fighter the movie, the game.
All right, we'll do that.
I really want to stream that game because it is not good. And the PlayStation 1 version especially is not good.
That's awesome. We need to watch that also, Street Fighter the movie. I've never seen it. I love it. Is it good?
Well, it's like nostalgia. I loved this as a child good. As an adult, it's like, wow, this is really cheesy. But the fights are fun.
Okay.
Fight scenes are fun. Acting is pretty bad, but
that's fine.
You get to see Jean-Claude Van Damme do a flash kick as Guile.
Yeah.
Which is dope.
Does he have blonde hair?
Yeah, blondish.
Is it ridiculous?
No, it's awesome.
Oh, gross. Anyway.
You'll like it.
All right. But yeah, Street Fighter V photorealistic feel.
That's awesome.
Next up, Killer Instinct Season 3 to release March 29th.
Nice.
So that's going to have Zitz and Arbiter and characters I forget.
Kim Woo and Tusk.
Thank you. Thanks for the assist. Bro. But yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
If we had an Xbox, we might actually look at that. But
realistically, I miss that game so much. I miss Killer Instinct a lot. It's one of my favorite fighting games ever.
Yeah.
And I just hate that it's exclusive to that.
I feel like if it won't be eventually. Eventually, it might come out on something else.
Well, no, Microsoft owns the studio that makes it.
I know.
So, can't do it. Anyway, that's awesome.
Next up, I just kind of wanted an excuse to talk about this game.
Okay.
But No Man's Sky pre-orders start on June 21st and
okay.
start at $60. So you're not super hyped about this game. I mean, you're
I am. I
totally
you
are?
Absolutely.
Oh, I thought you were kind of like on the fence.
No, I'm really excited about it. It's unlimited possibilities.
Dude,
at least that's what they're advertising.
I'm sure they'll do it somehow. I think it's cool. But I can't wait to just like...
Any developer that comes out, looks you dead in the eyes through a camera on my computer screen and says, there will be things in this game in the entirety of its lifespan that will not be discovered.
That makes me so happy.
That's insanity. Oh. Insanity.
I can't wait to just be a space pirate.
Right?
And just be like, pew, 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 because like, I'm playing Star Fox. Be like, my name's... I can't say my screen name because people like a whole bunch of people send me requests. And I don't want that right now. But
exactly.
Yeah, it'd just be. I can't wait to like discover a planet named like Koros or something. But like Pirate Butt.
I'm wondering. Yeah, exactly.
Discovered by Pirate Butt. Be like, ugh.
Pirate Butt.
Gross.
Anyway, what's next?
All right. So Uncharted 4 delayed until April.
Yep. And yeah, I remember reading about that because it has nothing to do with the game not being finished. It's because they want to take an extra 2 weeks to manufacture more so that everybody can have it on day one.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like what if?
I don't get super bummed about delays anymore.
The game will come out and I will play it, so I'm not stressed.
Yeah. And then I thought you like this. John Boyega, who played Finn in the new Star Wars movie, asked EA like on Twitter for if Battlefront was going to get a story DLC. And they actually replied to him.
Yeah, they were like...
And they were like, did you play mission mode? He's like, yeah, but I kind of wanted some more.
He's like, can I come visit you at your UK headquarters? They were like,
sure.
We might be able to make something happen.
Like,
I hope he goes in there and just kicks the doors down and is just like, make some story DLC.
That'd be awesome. Or he makes it himself. Like, he just knows a whole bunch of programs. He's like... It's like click, 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 click. It's like, yeah. All right, so Pokemon Go at GDC presentation was canceled because they wanted to get the game ready for beta testing and launch.
Makes sense.
I thought that was kind of odd, though, because, I mean, I'm sure it wouldn't be... I mean, they might have, like, gameplay or something.
I'm sure they don't want to show off a game that's not ready to be shown off.
Yeah,
so.
But they always have doctored up trailers or stuff.
Sure.
But, yeah, it makes me kind of upset, but...
All good.
Because I'm super excited for Pokemon Go.
I know you are.
All right, and next up, we have a release date for Star Fox Zero.
Oh, cool.
To come out April 21st.
Nice.
So that's like a month.
That's not too far away.
It's like 7 weeks away.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, if my Wii gamepad worked, I would buy it.
You need to send that bad boy in.
I know, it's $100 though.
I know.
And it's gone for like 2 weeks. It's like, ugh.
Well, it's been technically gone for months and months.
I know, I just haven't the money.
I
always forget.
Makes sense.
Anyway, also, Paper Mario Color Splash confirmed for 2016.
Gross. I saw it, and it made me so sad.
Really?
Yes.
I saw like some things. I was like, oh, that's cool.
No. 1,000 Year Door.
We're streaming that game, by the way.
Yeah. 1,000 Year Door is a masterpiece, in my opinion. And Nintendo just refuses to not go the gimmick route. This game does not have experience points. This game does not have a party system where you have other characters with you battling. It all focuses on Mario splashing colors around. Super gimmicky. Super disappointing.
Oh, man.
Yeah. See, that's why I was upset about it. I read up on it because it was like new Paper Mario announced. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I was
so excited.
I was like, oh, yeah.
And I read up on it, and it was just like, it's basically going to be like Paper Mario Sticker Star, just with like a different gimmick.
You have something so good. And
I know.
Paper Mario and Paper Mario 1,000 Year Door are like, those games are perfect.
They're unbelievable RPGs.
Like, I can't think of anything wrong with those games.
No.
Like, it's...
The humor in those games is top-notch. Like, those games have made me laugh out loud multiple times. I love them.
Yeah, props to the translation team, because that's hard
absolutely.
to do.
So anyway, yeah, that's why I was depressed by it. What's next?
Hey, you know that Shadow Moses game?
Mm-hmm.
It's not happening. All right, moving on.
Figured.
Yeah, basically they're like on the Twitter they're like for not unexplained reasons. I don't want to say this, but
For reasons we can't talk about.
Yeah, for reasons we cannot talk about. Shadow Moses canceled. So probably Konami was like, hey, you should give us like an enormous cut.
Yeah,
or something like that. Or
Konami was just like, hey, do you guys want to have any type of like futures or careers in the gaming industry? I'm going to need you to stop then, because I can ruin you.
Yeah, it's like, oh.
Have you played our pachinko machines? That's how I'm assuming the conversation.
I'm sure like that's at the end of every sentence of what Konami says. Like, have you played pachinko machines? Be like, no, I live in America. Like, but have you played our pachinko machines? You're like, ugh.
What's next?
So I just kind of put this in. Miyamoto was impressed with Star Wars' practical effects.
Nice.
That's news to me.
Great.
And now it's news to you.
Because I was impressed with their practical effects as well.
I was blown away because I totally didn't know that until I expected a lot of CG.
Well, there was some CG with like the impossible stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Anything that could be a practical effect, J.J. Abrams was like, we're doing it.
You know BB-8 is a practical effect.
Yeah, I know.
That's crazy.
There's 8 different versions of BB-8 they used in that movie. Or 8, I don't know if that's the exact number, don't quote me. But there's multiple versions of it. And that's so insane.
It's ridiculous.
So awesome. Anyway, what's next?
That's it.
Oh,
That's
cool.
all for our news this week.
Awesome. That's actually a pretty... You told me before the podcast you were like, not a very busy news week. I was like, that's actually kind of a lot.
Okay.
So, some interesting stuff. Sweet. So we are going to move straight into our final boss segment.
Final.
So for the final boss segment this week, we've got a pretty cool discussion coming at you.
Coming right at you.
We're going to talk about games that we thought we wouldn't like, but ended up loving. And then we're also going to talk about some games that we thought we would absolutely love, but ended up really not liking, or just being big disappointments. So, we're going to just throw out a couple here back and forth. So I've got 3 each.
Same here. Do you want to start with games I thought I would like but didn't?
Yeah, let's do that. Games we thought we would like.
Okay.
But ended up hating. So, what you got, man?
So these are in like no particular order. I just put number just by them because whatever.
Yeah.
So at the bottom, Final Fantasy IV.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'd always heard about Final Fantasy. This is way before I played FF7.
Sure.
And I was like, I remember when I used to go on road trips, my parents would buy me like a used game or something to play on the way up there.
Just to shut you up in the back seat.
Yeah. And also I was like, yeah, free video games.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah. So I was like, oh, I'd always heard about Final Fantasy. It was like, I was like 13 at the time, 14. And we're going to, I can't remember where we're going. But anyway, so I was like, Final Fantasy IV. I was like, okay. So I booted it up and I was like, all right, Knights, whatever, cool. It's like, yeah. So I got in the combat and the first dungeon I got to, I was like, I just got my butt kicked. And I was like, what is going on? I was
hate this.
Do I have to grind some more? And then I found out later that because they're 3D models and not sprites, they had doubled the HP of every single enemy in the game, making it twice as hard.
That's insane.
So it's like, so I just gave up. I still have it somewhere. I think I might have sold it, but it was just the worst. I was like, why?
All right, what's your next one?
Next one, Street Fighter Third Strike.
Okay.
I've told this story before.
Yep.
I probably should go back to it now, but anyway. I picked it up because I was like, yeah, Street Fighter. I used to play this as a kid. And then I picked up Third Strike and was like, I'll play as Ryu. Like, that seems like an easy character to learn. I didn't even, at this point, I didn't even know how to throw a Hadouken.
Yeah.
So I hopped online and somebody used Urian on me and used Aegis Reflector and just corner trapped me. And I was like,
Urian is gnarly.
Yeah, he's coming back.
They announced him for Street Fighter V, which is going to be crazy because Urian players are nuts.
Yes. But yeah, it was like gross.
Yeah, that game is super technical, very difficult.
Yeah.
What's your third one?
Third one, Watch Dogs. I've talked about this before, but Watch Dogs is a slow burn because I had the hype. I still had the hype when I booted up the game for about halfway through, and I was like, wait, I'm doing the same thing over and over again.
Over and over.
And it's very subpar. I don't like this game anymore.
Yep.
Yeah. So very unhype.
Sure.
Unfortunately. All right, give me yours, Brian.
Okay. Let's see. So first, I put Watch Dogs.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I think everybody went through this. The game was just slated to be this incredible magical experience that people just couldn't possibly live without, and it ended up being just such a huge disappointment. I was pretty devastated by it, because I remember just driving home with it and being like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have so much fun with this. Ended up just crushing me. And then I put The Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind.
Okay.
A lot of my friends at the time were like, hey man, you like RPGs? This is a first-person RPG. I think you'll like it. The atmosphere, everything's really good. And I was like, okay. So I picked it up on the original Xbox. And I actually still have my copy in my classic gaming room.
Yeah.
And I played it, and I hated it. I was like really pumped about it because of the way people described it, and everybody was telling me about it, and I was like, I'm going to love this. It sounds awesome. I played it for a few hours. The combat drives me nuts. Because in this particular instance of an Elder Scrolls game, your hits are based on invisible die rolls.
Yeah.
So it's not like my axe connects to giant crab's face, you did damage. It's like I swing, hit the crab in the head, let's see if you actually hit it. And then the game does like I hate combat like that.
Yeah.
I like having complete control over my characters. Now, I am cool with dice rolls and stuff on tabletop RPGs and games where I'm like not physically controlling the character, but other than that, like if it's a video game, I can't stand it. And then last but not least, and I'll explain before you say anything.
Let me explain.
I put Demon Souls.
Okay.
I was in the army. I was trapped for I think 2.5 weeks at this training. This training we had to do. We didn't have access to anything but our phones, and I used to hop on gaming websites on my phone. This is back in like 2009, I think, and I remember going on a video game website and then being like, Demon Souls is amazing. And I was like, I've never even heard of this. What is it? And I read a review and it was like, this is one of the hardest, coolest, best games ever. You should pick it up. The combat is great. The environment's awesome. I ordered it and shipped it ahead to where I was getting stationed just so that I could have it when I got there. And I played it for about an hour, and I was like, this game is trash, and I don't know why anyone would ever play this voluntarily, because it's unfair, and it's garbage, and it's stupid, and I hate it, and I quit video games forever. And I shaved my head, and I moved to the mountains and became a monk. That's not true.
Whoa,
but
you never told me about that part.
Yeah, dude, it was intense. Anyway, so like 8 months later, I decided to pop it back in, and just for whatever reason, it just clicked with my brain, and I fell in love. I was like, oh my gosh, this game is amazing. It's such high risk, high reward constantly. Super infuriating when you lose, but it's super satisfying when you win.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was my 3 for games I thought I'd love, but ended up not liking, with the exception of Demon Souls because it came around.
It's Demons is Souls.
Ooh.
Oh, so Japanese. All right.
Let's talk about games we thought we wouldn't like, but ended up actually really liking.
All right, so games I thought I wouldn't like, but did.
Yeah.
So bottom of the list, Harvest Moon.
Oh, all right.
You ever played Harvest Moon?
I have not, but I have seen it played.
It is one of the most calming games I've ever played.
Sure.
It's not like, I don't play it for like I don't play it like I play Metal Gear Rising, where
Sure.
it's like, yeah, slice up whatever, be like, woo, giant robots. It's like, I don't play it for Call of Duty or Rainbow Six, where it's like, I want to shoot people, I want to be like a tactical shooter.
Yeah.
I don't play it for an RPG where I want to be a wizard. I just want to be a farmer.
Yeah.
I just want to plant some crops, get like a system going.
Have a nice relaxing evening with some Harvest Moon.
Yeah, be like, all right, so today I'm going to plant some crops from blank to blank, but I got to go into town before blank because the store will close if I get there too late.
Yeah.
And if I wear myself out, I'll get sick.
Don't do that.
It's like, oh, it's so much fun. I don't know why I like it. It's just like it just makes me feel, even talking about it makes me feel like, yeah.
I'm good.
I have it on N64, actually. That's
Nice.
how I play it. Apparently,
I think that's a rare cart.
It is. It's like $50, $60 still.
Yeah.
And my cousin gave it to me when he gave me his NSYNC.
And
His
64.
NSYNC. His
Is it?
N64.
That's awesome.
Thanks,
All right,
Dan.
Next up.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Animal Crossing. Kind of for the same reason.
Okay.
It's just fun. I'm talking like, what is the one? City Folk
Okay.
for the Wii. I never played an Animal Crossing game, so I was like, yeah, you should play it. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, it's just fun.
I don't know. This looks bad.
So I figured out an exploit in the game like immediately. So what I did is I would set it to like, I think Easter or something, Halloween or Easter, and you get all this like unique furniture that sell for an amazing high price. So I just keep fast forwarding the year over and over again to Easter, and keep getting this like really rare furniture. And I was like, oh yeah, I have the best house. And I paid off Tom Nook for just using like time voids.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we were like, where do you keep all this like unique furniture? Be like,
I don't know.
I get my sources. And then games. My number one, Fire Emblem.
Okay.
I never thought I'd like Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
I remember when Roy and Marth came out in Melee, I was like, these guys seem cool. I should play their games. And at first, I didn't like them.
Yeah.
I always liked their character designs. But I played them but I played Roy a lot in Melee.
Sure.
But anyway, fast forward to when Awakening came out, 12 years later.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, give it another shot. This game we get a lot of hype for it. I played it.
Oh man, Awakening is
flawless. Awakening is a perfect 10.
I love that game.
It's one of my favorite games of all time. And I always forget. I need to pick up Fates.
Okay. Yeah.
At some point.
My buddy just picked them up, and he says they're awesome. So
one's like old Fire Emblem. I went back to the original Fire Emblem play, which is the one with Roy in it. And I started playing through that again. That game's fun.
Yeah.
It's different pace because you actually care about your party.
Yeah.
Whereas Awakening, I was like, I don't care. You'll come back next round. I played that anyway.
So
give me yours, Brian.
Yeah, I'm gonna fire these off real quick here. Third, I had Guilty Gear.
Okay.
I was so used to Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat at the time. A buddy of mine, Aaron, was like, he was coming over to stay the night, and we had one game to rent, and he was like, we should get Guilty Gear. And I was like, I don't know.
No.
And I was like, all right, I'll trust you. Picked it up, went back home, played it all night long. It was awesome. I love that game. Good. So I guess I just feared change, and I was like looking at the box art, and I was like, this looks weird. I don't like it. Ended up being awesome. Number 2, Rocket League. On paper, soccer with remote control cars. I'm like, that sounds stupid. I don't want to do that. That game is a freaking blast. That game is so much fun to play, especially with friends. It's intense, and it controls so well, and it's actually really, really pretty for being, not like a huge AAA release.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, that's getting a physical release because it's doing so well.
Cool. I'm just not into it.
Oh, okay. Have you played it much?
I played a little bit.
Okay.
I like how the car controls.
Yeah.
I'd want it in like a Twisted Metal type game though. Sure. I don't want soccer. Anyway.
Oh, well, yeah. I like it as it is, with the soccer elements. But and the number 1 for me, I put Monster Hunter. I watched friends play it, and just with the constant micromanaging of all of your resources, all your materials, all of your consumables, I was like, ugh. Like, I like the idea of fighting giant monsters, but this micromanagement just seems awful. I hate it. It sounds stupid. And then once I got the copy from the Muffin Man, I played it with 2 of my friends, Garrett and Chris, and they just helped me through, and they helped me get some pretty decent armor early on. And I finally got the swing of things after about 3 hours of playing, and I stuck it out, and it ended up it's one of my favorite franchises of all time, and cool. I love it. And we should play together at some point if you're into it.
Yeah, maybe. I'm thinking I'm in the same place where you were, where I'm just like,
well, that's the thing. You have to just kind of like trudge through the initial suck, because it is a pretty steep learning curve. But once you get it, you're like, I love this.
Okay.
This is so addicting. But yeah, cool. So that was our final boss segment for the week. Pretty fun. Yeah. I liked it. And we are going to go into the paid DLC. Just kidding, you guys. It's free.
You have to pay us. Just kidding. Buy our Pachinko machines.
Anyway, we're going to go into the free DLC segment. And this week, we've got something pretty sweet. We're going to play some gaming word association.
We need a better name.
Yeah, I mean...
Whatever.
That's fine. I mean, that's pretty much exactly what it is. Word association with gaming stuff.
Gaming paraphernalia.
Yes. So we each have a list of 10 words.
Yes.
10 descriptive words. And we're going to fire them off at each other. And the other person is either going to name a game, a character, or something game-related that pops into their mind immediately.
Just anything game-related.
Yes. So who do you want to go first?
Ooh, do you want to... you can go first. I've talked a lot this episode, so...
Okay. Oh, I like your buttery smooth voice, Connor.
Yeah. That's me.
All right.
They call me senpai.
So try your best. It's not required, but try your best to come up with something within at least 3 seconds.
Okay.
So don't think about it too much. First word. Easy.
Mario Brothers.
Okay. Why do you pick that?
It's just like, probably because it's easy at the beginning, and that's all always remember. But I love it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Word number 2. Huge.
Shadow of the Colossus for obvious reasons.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. Number 3. Crazy.
Crazy Taxi.
Can
I
I shouldn't have said it that way.
That
planted the seed of the crazy taxi.
Crazy Taxi.
We're gonna make some crazy.
We got a Crazy Taxi.
I want to play Crazy Uber.
Hey, you guys want to go to the ocean? You're like, no.
All right. Number 4. Funny.
Crash Bandicoot for some reason.
Okay, that's the first thing that popped into your head.
Yeah.
That game is silly. It's got some like lightheartedness to it. I get it.
My brain took a twist. It almost said Conquer, and then no, Crash Bandicoot.
Conquer is a funny game though.
Yeah.
All right, number 5. Sad.
Final Fantasy.
Okay.
For some reason.
Is it because of Ares?
No, I don't care about Ares.
Oh, okay.
I'm a heartless human being.
Yeah, I
but
gotcha.
There's a lot of sad tones in that game.
Really quick. I'll cut this out. I wanted to point this out to you. You've done this like 3 times. It's not a bad thing. It's just really funny. Have you ever seen Family Guy where in order for Brian to look in, to make himself look intelligent, anytime somebody brings up Mark Twain, he's always like, whose real name was Samuel Clemens. And it's like, shut up, Brian. You're not smart.
What did I do that with?
Whenever you've done this like twice, when I'm like, so I'm not a huge fan of Ares, you're like, or Aerith, depending on where you live.
I do that subconsciously. I don't even think about it.
It's so funny because it's just like, that does not add anything. That does not contribute to this conversation in the slightest.
Do you want to add this in? Because it's funny.
It's really
Let's
funny.
do it. Let's add it in.
Okay, I'll leave it in.
All right,
I don't
cool.
care.
All right, welcome back, guys.
I call that, I was like, that's Connor's Samuel Clemens moment. Whose real name was Samuel Clemens. Anyway, okay.
All right.
Number 6. Hype.
Smash Brothers for obvious reasons.
Sure, yeah. I can see.
Or Street Fighter. It came up after.
That's fine.
Okay.
All right. Number 7. Everlasting.
Zelda. I almost said Everlasting Story. I'm like, that's not a video game.
That's a really good. Well, yeah. There's always going to be Zelda.
Yep.
As long as Nintendo's around.
No, even after. If
Yeah.
if Nintendo dies, Zelda will get picked up by someone.
You better believe it.
And I know Nintendo will never die. So.
All right. Number 8. Terrible.
Final Fight Streetwise. I don't know why that's specifically the first one that popped into my head.
Dude, you just made me squeak laugh. That's gross. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Number 9. Epic.
Star Fox. I don't know why.
Yeah. No, dude, Corneria. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That is the epitome of epic. The opening level on Super Nintendo. That's the stuff. All right. And last but not least, number 10. Perfect.
Ocarina of Time.
Okay.
I had to do it.
Makes sense.
Almost said Metal. I didn't say Metal Gear at all in that sequence.
I'm really proud of you for that.
I said Zelda a lot, though, but that's okay.
Ocarina of Time is pretty dobus. PR. That's for you, John.
Oh, dude, you're saying that for John.
Yeah.
Hey, John.
All right, so that was my list. I'm ready. Fire away, brother.
Okay, so I'll start from the bottom and go up since you started from the top and went down. So
I don't care. I just went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They weren't in any particular order.
Yeah. So number 10, racing.
Mario Kart.
Okay, good choice.
Yeah, I mean.
Number 9, dope.
Hagger.
Okay, I can dig that.
Hagger is dope.
Okay. Number 8, superpowers.
Injustice, Gods Among Us.
Okay. That's an odd choice.
Sorry.
That's fine.
That's what came to mind.
Okay, I like it.
Well, I mean, it's full of superheroes. With
I like that game.
Yeah, I like that game too. I think it's a really.
I play as Deathstroke, and I'm like, hey, shoot guns.
I play as Green Lantern, and nobody beats me.
We need to play that game. Do you have that game?
I do.
We should play it.
Okay.
I'm not very good at it.
That's okay. I am.
You're good at every fighting game. All right. Except Smash.
Yes, that is true.
Which you don't classify as a fighting game. It's not really. Anyway, number 7, crime thriller.
L.A. Noire.
Okay. That's actually what I thought, too.
That game is awesome.
That's what I thought about when I was...
I think that's a very underrated Rockstar game.
It's so good.
I love it.
It's never getting a sequel.
I know, it sucks.
I hate that.
It's because it was too expensive doing the facial animation technology.
So good.
Yeah.
We'll probably get a spiritual successor to it eventually.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So number 6, Punch.
Punch Out.
Okay. I can dig it.
I was going to say Little Mac, but then Punch Out came out first.
Okay. Number 5, Laser with a Z.
Star Fox?
Okay, that's fine.
I mean, he's got lasers.
It's like laser. That's how I'm always gonna spell laser with a Z.
Perfect.
It's so it's
not
cool.
Laser.
No.
I fire a laser.
I fire laser at you.
I go pew with my laser.
So number 4, Magic.
Vivi.
Oh, okay, getcha. From Final Fantasy. That's
from
fine.
Final Fantasy 9. Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
3, Slow Paced.
Hager.
Whoa.
He's slow, man.
I think you like Hager as much as I like Zangief.
I love Hager.
Okay, I can dig it.
All right.
All right, number 2, Fast.
Strider.
Okay, that's awesome. Number 1, Anime.
Guts.
Okay, I can dig it.
And that counts because Guts has his own video game on the Sega Dreamcast.
Dude, that was really fun. He also has a PS2 game.
Yeah, that was fun. We should do this segment next week.
Yes.
Because we've got some big stuff coming down the pipeline.
Big news.
Yep. Episode 10 is coming next week, everybody. That's a big deal for us. I'm really excited about it. We are going to have some really interesting things happening. We're going to have a surprise, as well as we are going to have a fantastic guest, good friend of ours named Brendan Dorman. He's going to be on the show. He's going to be joining in the festivities, having a good time. This is not the Brendan that was on last time.
No, different Brendan. We need to
new
make
Brendan.
Sure.
This Brendan actually participated in the musical goings-ons for the new Tron game from Disney.
Ooh.
So we're going to be talking about that with him, the process of how he contributed, what he did. It's going to be great. I'm very excited about it. It's going to be a really good episode, so tune in next Monday for that.
Tell your friends.
Yes, tell everybody you know, including grandmas and spiders. And that, unfortunately, brings us to the end of episode 9.
I was giving Brian a look. Sorry. I was like, what?
You don't know any spiders?
Because I was like, immediately I thought Spider-Man and then Aunt May.
Yeah, that's correct.
She's not a grandma, though.
That is true. She's an aunt.
She's actually a grandma. Anyway.
So I'm going to go ahead and get these plugs out here. First of all, please go listen to our friends over at MultiTap Podcast.
Yeah.
They should be having a new episode, episode 31, coming out soon. All of their links are going to be in our descriptions below. Also, take a gander over at our friends at Flock of Geeks Gaming.
Gander, because geese. Sorry.
Because it's a visual podcast. By visual, I mean it's strictly audio.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, their links are going to be in our descriptions below as well. Give them some love, and then go check out Connor's friend Kmall. That's KMA11 or at KMA11
on Twitch
for Twitch streaming. He usually streams. You said Saturday evenings.
Yeah, Saturday, and just follow him on Twitter.
Cool. Yeah. He'll keep you up. He'll keep you up to date on the goings-ons, and that's it for me, man.
All right. So, if you guys want to send us any fan mail, suggestions, date requests, I don't know, we might go on a date with some of y'all. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. I've got a girlfriend.
I mean, I don't. Anyway, if you guys want to send us whatever you want, so that's like quick list ideas, segment ideas, news that happens that we might miss.
If you want to just be like, hey.
That's fine. We'll probably be like, hey, back, and then we'll have a conversation. But you can send it to dragonpowerpodcast@gmail.com. What was that, Brian?
That is dragonpowerpodcast@gmail.com.
Thank you. And if you guys want to follow us on Twitter, it's DragonPowercast, @DragonPowercast. Do that every week. Every week.
It's tradition now.
And then same thing for Facebook.
Yep.
Dragon Power Podcast, I believe is what it is.
Facebook.com/DragonPowerPodcast.
Yep. And SoundCloud and whatever, you know.
You'll find us on SoundCloud. Just type Dragon Power Podcast.
You'll find us somehow.
You can. Yeah, I actually think it's just SoundCloud.com/DragonPowerPodcast.
That's awesome.
So, go give us some love. Thanks for listening. We will see you all next Monday. Take care.
Bye.